These are the VRS Direct Force Pro pedals. So it's a high-end product, stainless steel construction with an industrial aesthetic. Very, very adjustable. All three pedals, the pedal faces in terms of height, depth, angle are fully adjustable, and overall pedal angle is also adjustable. Now, if we look at the throttle pedal first, we have quite a unique design here. So we have a rodless spring, which doesn't quite look right to the eye, but functionally performs extremely well. Absolutely no friction whatsoever, so really nice smooth response. And we have a lot of adjustability here in terms of initial starting force, preload, and also overall force and pedal travel. So if we move on to the brake, we have similar levels of adjustability, a very high-end, heavy-duty construction. We have the blue spring on here at the moment, which tolerates a 65 kilogram maximum force. Also supplied is the optional red spring, which doubles that to 130 kilograms. These are linear springs, which is not normally how a real-life brake pedal feels. So we have this very clever mechanism on the back here, which basically turns that into a progressive, more realistic feeling, which gives you quite a decent bit of travel for low-level trail braking, and then more of a ramp up when you're really braking much harder. And we have this tie rod at the top, which is fully adjustable, along with preload, so you can really fine-tune that exact force shape to your preference. On the clutch, we have a similar level of adjustability in terms of pedal face and also the shape of the curve. So we try to emulate a clutch plate, which is stiff initially and then flattens out as the clutch gives way. So that's emulated here with a small amount of adjustability, including overall travel as well. So we're very happy with this product, and we hope you are too.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit IRacing.com.
If you're looking to get serious in sim racing, one of the first things to do is upgrade your wheelbase and pedals. The powerful force feedback in our direct drive wheelbase makes a huge difference, and our highly adjustable precision pedals will give you the consistency you need to improve. So you'll not only get the best value for your money, but you'll also benefit from our quick, local shipping from Australia and save even more. Our transparent pricing has GST included, so there's no nasty surprises at checkout or further customs delays and charges. And if you're near Melbourne, you can simply pick up your hardware from our showroom and get a free product walkthrough from one of our VRS coaches. We offer excellent customer service after the sale, and our hardware is made of the highest quality components. To get yours today, just go to the URL on the screen or click on the button below. But hurry, stock is always limited due to high demand. So if you want to get faster, sooner, VRS is your answer.
Side gunning for a gold, 3 wide deep, heart ice cold. I roll smoke like a tire on fire, fuel in the blood, born to go higher. Check left, push right, walls close in. Every move tight, plan for the win. Left turn king with the heat, train time when the lights go green. We light the sky. Let's light it up.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Infinity Broadcasting here, and welcome into the iRacing World Challenge presents the Rod Knot Cup this evening for round 3 of Season 1 of this series. I'm your commentator tonight, Hamish Munro, bringing you all the action through sight and sound once again. We come into tonight with 2 different race winners on the road thus far this season, neither of which are on the road here tonight, both Jordan Ferguson and Scott Rankin not on circuit. So we're going to be guaranteed a 3rd new winner here for this season this evening. Let's have a quick look though at the calendar and see where we've been and where we're going. Of course, oh, that's the points. Yeah, fix the points. Please excuse me if you can hear my voice as well. Quite ill at the moment, so hopefully we can move past that, get through this race nice and quickly here tonight. Drivers are just getting out there for the warm-up session at this stage. It's going to be a big night of racing for them here. We are out at Texas Motor Speedway for the Longhorn 90 this evening for round 3 before we go to our one and only road course next week at Watkins Glen. So going to be a big test on the road for these drivers here this evening. Should also be a good showcase of oval action for you coming your way. And then if we have a quick look at the points leading into this round, Jordan Ferguson leads the way at 81 points at the moment. Chris Tomlin in P2 on 80 points, and Jack Anderson's 1 point behind him in P3. Chris Blanchard, Kyle Gretsch make up the top 5. Only 2 drivers inside of the top 5 are here tonight, those being Jack Anderson and Chris Tomlin. The other 3 not on the circuit, it seems, here this evening. Johnny Rowe is back once again, so is Aaron Smith as well. Kurt Chapman is back as well, so is David Lawler and Daniel Harding. We have a couple of new drivers in the field tonight, including the US-based driver Drew Holleran, as well as Ash DeVries in the field as well, and Gravy Taskin. And Billy Mole, who signed up at the start of the season, is in tonight for his first race of the season as well. So we'll see how well those guys do on circuit here this evening. A couple of chats already out there with us. Steve giving the good luck to the LCR boys. Jared Gilbert out there as well. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing. Asking how the commentators are tonight. I'm good, thank you. Very good, thank you. Aside from me having COVID, I'm actually very good. So yeah, we're having a time. We're ready to go racing here. So as I said, warm-up session currently underway. We've got a couple of minutes left to run. Project 36, Brandon Griffiths out there too. There you going. With us here tonight. The story of last week was pit stop blunders and making mistakes under the pace car, specifically the late pace car, and not taking the strategic advantage of coming into pit lane for the free pit stop at the end to take a fresh set of tyres. That cost Kurt Chapman the race win out at Martinsville Speedway during our Martins Thrill 140 weekend. And now tonight for the Longhorn 90 right here at Texas Motor Speedway. Who is going to be the car to beat? Well, Drew Holleran has shown some good pace, as has Troy Stone Street. Jack Anderson has as well throughout practice prior to this session opening up for them. We await a couple of drivers to join the field. They are in the session, including Gravy Taskin on debut tonight. So great to see Gravy out there. A driver with legs like baby Deadpool. Of course, hometown is his local Hooters, and he is representing them as well on the car. So we'll see how he does here tonight as well. Johnny McRowe's back out there. Ash DeVries out there in the Chad White Monster Mobile for the first time. See how well he can do in these ARCA cars around Texas Motor Speedway here this evening. And Billy Mole as well. First time on track for him. I'm looking forward to see what Billy can do in the oval world. I've seen plenty of races of his in the supercars landscape, but not yet seen anything from him in terms of oval racing. So this is going to be quite an interesting prospect for us tonight to experience that alongside Mr. Billy Mole out on track as well. Johnny Rowe's dealing with some connection issues out there. Hopefully that does not lure him in any way. And I do apologise too if for whatever reason we go silent for a moment or two. It's me either having a drink or me having to cough or blow my nose. As I said, I'm not quite well at the moment, so bear with me in those moments. The rest of the race though, we're here all the way. The warm-up session will come to an end though And the drivers will then get thrown into racing conditions here this evening for the gridding up for our one and only race here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. As I said, 90 laps of this circuit. Last week it was quite chaotic. We had chaos early, cautions early, had a nice little green period, then cautions at the end. And then the week before, timing tower's gone funky. Yeah, it's fixed itself now. It wasn't picking up certain drivers who weren't on track. It was whack. Has fixed itself though. The week before in round one, we went a long green period, and then we finally got a caution towards the end. That there was out at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Tonight, though, at Texas, we could be in for a similar scenario as round one. We could also be in for a similar scenario as round two. So it's going to be best of both worlds tonight, I think, in terms of how we're going to be. I think it's going to be well balanced. We'll see how well it does. Starting grid for tonight's race, you can see on the timing tower, Drew Halloran has started on pole alongside Troy Stonestreet, Billy Mole, Kurt Chapman in behind. Then it's Daniel Harding, Jack Anderson, Chris Tomlin, and David Lawler in behind. Then Johnny McRow, Ash DeVries, Aaron Smith, and Gravy Taskin at the back of the field as Drew Halloran will get us away for the rolling start here out at Texas Motor Speedway. So the drivers will exit around of the pit lane, and we'll get ourselves prepared for what is to come here. Of course, sign-ups are still open for this series. There's still spots open. If we actually had a full grid tonight, we'd have around about 20 odd cars. So we have still got plenty of racing on offer for you if you wish to come racing in the oval landscape of ARCA cars. Now, of course, I said next week we're out for our first road course of the season, our only road course of the season, Watkins Glen Cup Circuit. And then the rest of the season we are at either short tracks or speedways. So it's going to be a rip snorter of a season to come. We're only in the early stages here. We're not even at the teenage years of this season. Still in the developmental stages, so there's still plenty of time for cars to make up their positions. This is where they'll cross the line to begin the race, and Barney will wave the green flag for them when we get this race underway. I have just noticed that the timing tower is gone, so we'll get that back up and running for you. As green flag is flown here this evening at Texas Motor Speedway, and Drew Halloran gets us underway at the front of the field. Stonestreet's already going side by side with him in towards turn one, and if you're joining us for the first time and you've not ever seen oval racing before, get ready for mass overtakes and get ready for draft trains to be an absolute, pretty much crucial portion of this race. You want to be in the draft train if you can, just to keep yourself in the fight throughout the whole race as well. We will, as I said, get the timing tower back up running for you, so we have got all the data on the screen. Everything is just playing funny buggers with us here tonight. So Halloran's had a good start in this race. Stonestreet, Mole, the top three. Anderson, Chapman, Harding, Lawler, Tomlin, McRow, DeVries, Smith, Gravy Taskin at the front of the field. So he's making up the back end at the moment. This looks to be a good battle pack here at the rear end of things. But the front end is all Chevy SS's. Then a couple of Mustangs. There's no Toyotas on the grid tonight with Jordan Ferguson and Jack Michelson being away. So, as I said, we're guaranteed a new winner. And one of them is either going to be a Chevy SS or a Ford Mustang. If it is going to be a Chevy SS, then we will have 3 different manufacturer wins across the first 3 rounds as well. It means that every manufacturer would be on equal playing fields in terms of victories here this season. Defending this in the chat, even the internet is sick apparently. Apparently it is. It's just cracking the sides with me at this stage. Green flag running though for the first 4 or 3 laps. Started at the 4th lap now. But this battle pack is looking as ferocious as ever. And Drew Halloran has got pressure on him here from the WK&P Sim Sports teammates of Billy Molan, Troy Stonestreet. They've got the freshly painted Project 36 car of Kurt Chapman in behind them. You can see him back there. Anderson and Harding are putting pressure on him as well. Lawler and Tomlin are within this fight too. McRow a bit further back. And then DeVries, Smith and Taskin in their own fight towards the back of the field as well. There's the current gap. So the race leader has got around about 3.5 seconds over Taskin at the very back of the field, but only 0.2 of a second back to Billy Mole in behind the stage. Up towards those start of lap 6, and we're settling into our groove. So it's looking more and more like we're going to be in for a race very similar to Charlotte. Now, it's important to mention that because the strategies are going to be very important tonight. And if you've watched the first 2 rounds, you would have noticed that strategies have made or broken drivers' races, and actually picking when you take your tyres, when you pit, how long do you stay out for, how well can you look after those tyres. Remembering, they've only got 2 tyre changes available to them. They can only change tyre sets 2 times. A total of 8 extra tyres on offer tonight. They start with 4. They get 8 tyres extra. Obviously, 2 for each portion of the car. Also, the other thing to remember as well is unlimited fast repairs. So if they get into carnage, they get into incidents, they can get back out on track again. That means their night is not over. Oh, it's a big loss there for Neil Harding in the background, and Anderson and him are currently battling away. Harding has dropped position. Ando and Tomlin trying to fight it out here. Lawler wants to get a piece too. Chapman up ahead of them. And we settle back in for the moment. So unlimited fast repairs gets them back out on track as quickly as possible, then they can keep on running as well. Lucky Dog effect. The Lucky Dog rule is in effect as well. So if we get a caution, we get a pace car, the front leading lapped car will be waved around to get put back up a lap again, barring that they don't go a lap ahead of the cars at the front of the field. So if you're a lap down, you'll be back on the lead lap. If you're 2 laps down, you'll become only 1 lap down, thanks to the Lucky Dog rule. Doesn't go to everyone, only goes to that front running lap car, as I said. Anderson in a good spot. He's coming up 1 spot. This battle between him and Tomlin is very important because this could dictate who leads the championship into Watkins Glen next week. Both of these drivers are within the top 4 of the championship at the moment. And relatively speaking, it's the battle for the top 2 of the championship at this stage. Rowe is close. He's back in P6 at the moment. He's going to have to really snort them tonight, though, to get a good challenge against them. Chapman, well, without drop rounds, he's not going to get there. Neither is Lawler. Harding missed a round last week, so he's going to have a bit of work to do as well. But, yeah, I mean, for Halloran, I mean, he's 2 rounds below. He's going to have to get some proper points on the board. Same thing for Billy Mole. Troy Stonestreet's the X factor in that one, too. He also has a drop round already used, but he did race last week as well. So that's the current running order of things. Top 11 laps just about done in this race. About to start lap 12 and we've gone green the whole way. As we begin lap 13 of this race, Troy Stonestreet still sits comfortably in behind Billy Mole and Drew Halloran here. Mole on board with him now, putting pressure on the race leader. Again, it's a long distance race. It's not a sprint. You know, I know we've got 90 laps to do and we're cutting the laps down quick and fast, but you've got to have some patience about you. You're not going to win it on this next lap. You've got to use that strategy to your advantage. Try and fight your way forward. There is a bit of washout wide from Mole. Just loses the run on Halloran ahead of him at this stage. Currently got a yellow flag being called, and I believe it might be because Tomlin has had an incident down on the main straight and is currently trying to get this car back underway again. What has happened to Chop Tomlin? Well, he got it loose and then smack bang in the wall. Oh my God, that thing was really hurting. You saw De Vries had to take evasive action. He then made contact with Harding as well, so just a big schmozzle. Let's try and go back a little bit further here. Let's see how this happened. Oh, so if we go back even further than that, we'll get a better view of it. So, he's currently in low side. He's just started to lose it. as the Project 36 car was coming up at him, then bang, straight in the wall. De Vries touches, and then the contact's made with him and Harding. It's a tough sport, it's a tough night, as De Vries, I believe, may have something to do here. Where is he? Harding's there, there's Smith. So they've all caught the safety car train now. We'll see if anyone comes into pit lane to take an early pit stop here. Yeah, we've caught that one a bit further back. So we'll see if anyone goes for the early stop, trying to take some strategy. Jack Anderson is one of them that's doing that right now, as is David Lawler, as is Johnny McRowe. So all of these, these three cars coming into pit lane. It was very unlucky for him, Brendan, very unlucky. We'll see if that sorts itself out. So these guys coming into pit lane. And since he's at the box now, we'll have a quick chat to him. Mr. Anderson.
You made me stall, mate.
Oh, so sorry to put you off and make you stall. Early pit stop here, obviously. Not taking tyres, just a splash of fuel.
Just a splash. I thought I may as well. It's doubled the amount of laps I can go. So hoping that we get a green pit stop for the rest of them. And maybe capitalise on that. I know Johnny followed me in too, so...
Yeah, so did Mr. Lawler. What's the prediction on Mr. Gravy Taskin? I know he's a man with very small legs. How are his legs going trying to fight this beast of a car around this track?
Johnny's hitting me up the back while we're in the interview too.
Oh, of course.
He's a man of many talents. That Gravy is very slippery, and it should be interesting. I'm excited to see where he ends up for his first race.
Oh, hopefully he doesn't spill the gravy train and he can keep pushing. We'll catch up with him later. Best of luck on this restart. We'll see how you go.
Thanks, mate.
Mr. Jack Anderson there, driver of the number 39 Volvo entry, has taken the pit stop. Currently the top-seeded car to take a pit stop in this race as well. Drew Halloran leads the way at the moment. The pace car lights are going to go out. We're going to be going back to green this next lap by. It'll be double file restart. So double file restart for these drivers. The one thing to remember too is if we get sort of two cautions in a row within around about 1 or 2 laps of each other, the restart procedure will automatically change to a single file restart. But the first one, well, at least the first one in a while, it will always be double file. So 17th lap of this race. We've had a caution before lap 20. And we'll see how many more we get tonight. It was a very ugly moment, a very unlike Chop there to make such a mistake. Saved by the fact that he did not go a lap down. And he was able to get into pit lane as well and fix that car up. Of course, the unlimited fast repairs puts you back into the race, especially if you're quick enough to get into pit road. So the iRacing pace car will come into pit lane. Halloran will have control of the field once again. Mole is up there with him. Chapman, Stone Street alongside too. The guys who've pit early under this pace car will now be hoping for a long green run to the next pit stop, because that will put them back into the hunt of this race. If there's another safety car, it could take their advantage away. Green flag running once again at Texas Motor Speedway, lap 18 of 90. As Halloran leads us up towards turn 1. Mole, Chapman coming through. Stone Street, De Vries, Harding, Taskett, Anderson on the move already here. Trying to make some early moves. Smith's been caught outside. Oh, and absolutely gets mounted as Chop Tomlin by David Lawler during that moment there. Smith has gone into the wall. It's another yellow flag scenario. The front runners have surely got to come in. They've got to come in now to take the pit stop to try and counteract the opportunity that the cars at the back of the field took. That there was a wild moment between those guys. What the hell? So it all starts with Aaron Smith getting caught out wide. Chop cuts down. He then gets a bit washed out. That then makes the contact with Smith. Then Lawler just absolutely mounts him into the wall. Chop gets loose. And it's 2 cautions in a row. So it'll now be a single file restart off of this safety car period here. Let us... Who do we want to have a chat to? Let's have a chat to...
Gravy train.
Mr. Taskin, your first race, you're 5 spots up. You're coming into pit lane when it opens.
Yeah,
Yeah, take some fuel.
I think I should.
That's a good idea. I'll shut up for a minute while you drive up to your pit box so don't make you miss it.
No worries.
Very good. Make sure you've you haven't unticked your tyres. That's fine. Your first race currently happening though. You've done well. Kept it clean, of course. Kept it out of the wall. Talk us through the intricacies of having baby Deadpool legs and how that can help you run well in the ARCA car.
Oh, I wouldn't call it that. No, I'm just, I'm trying to like, I guess, make a good name for the first race, so everyone doesn't think I'm just that guy that's making an absolute mess.
Well, you're that guy that definitely drinks a bucket of Coors at his local Hooters, so you already made a name for yourself there. You've been booted into the ARCA cars as well. Well, we'll see how well the skinny and hairless legs can carry you and how far you can go before you break it. You're doing very well though, so it's a good job to you. Hats off to you.
Yeah.
Watch this restart. We'll see how you go.
Yep.
All right, best of luck.
Thank you.
Mr. Gravy Taskin there on debut this evening. Good old Gravy Train. Chop in the chat with us. He's telling us it's send it time. Well, you might as well. You are still on the lead lap though, Chop, which is good to see. So now time to send. We're going double file this time by. So obviously that pace car wasn't called on the same lap. So they're not going single file. They're going double file this time by. Brendan Griffith saying that's how baby ARCAs are made. Oh, so is that how the street stocks are made, Brendan? Or would it be the legends? We do love the legends here in IRWC. Around 2 seasons of it here. It was a very good time. Everyone who raced in it remembers the legend of Pedro Joao Suar and his race win at Winton. Drew Halloran, though, he's had a strong run thus far. Now, obviously, this has been a short period between cautions. It's single file. Well, it's gone double file at the front of the field, so they haven't listened, apparently, Chop. They haven't listened to the fact that it should be single file on this restart, but maybe the 4-cylinder street stock, or maybe the mini stock. Maybe it's the mini stock. Jared saying, I felt like I should have called a doctor. Babies everywhere. Well, see how many more are made throughout this one. Pace car's in. Green flag's going to fly. Drew Halloran needs to wait for it to be called before he can put the foot down to restart this race. It's green flag running at Texas Motor Speedway, and Chop has done exactly what he said he would. He sent it already off the restart here up to P5 and trying to go for moves early doors here. Lap 22 of 90. So there's still plenty of time left in this race. Plenty of time for the strategies to come our way. We'll see how well it pays off for certain drivers in the background. Anderson looking for an aggressive move already on Tomlin down into 3. He can't quite get the run through the corner there. McRowe may want to try and give a little bump draft just to push him forward if he can. Could there be some teammate play happening between Tomlin and Harding up ahead as they enter into turn 2? Just sniffs the car ahead of him there. McRowe going with him as well. Oh, they're going to be door to door. And saying Chop taking an old school dirt track racing. Oh, he's trying to send it and see how well it works out for him. Doesn't want to burn up the tyres too early though. There's still plenty of racing left to go. Although being caught out in 2 incidents tonight, that's not going to help this case thus far. De Vries is in, Smith is in, so I have to wonder if they may have actually jumped the restart possibly. They are coming into pit lane. We'll see if DeVries stops the car. He is going to stop the car, so he's going to take a green stop here. What about Smith? Now, DeVries, this is his second stop of the race, so he will have a little bit of a net gain. Smith taking his next stop as well. So the race leaders come around to start lap 25. Stone Street gets past Chapman, but they're still running it side by side, round 2 at the moment. He had a great jump, did chop off the line. Very, very good job. McRow getting it loose in the background as well. Harding and Anderson battling their way through turn 3. Last 2 restarts? No, it wasn't a drive-through because of the restarts. That there was... They've taken pit stops, so DeVries has taken tyres. He's just exiting the lane now. Anderson and Harding are still battling away here. Side-by-side action between them. They've got a bit of time up towards Kurt Chapman, who's on the heels of the top 3 of Stone Street, Mole and Halloran. Smith is coming back in, so I would say he is sped in pit lane and he's now going to have a drive-through. So the speeding has cost Smith, unless he did jump it, and he's coming to do the pit stop as well. So this battle at the front, though, looking nice and tidy at the moment. Halloran, Mole, Stone Street, Chapman, Anderson, Harding, McRowan, Lawler into the wall hard. Massive shot for Lawler. The big one has happened. Taskin's been involved. Lawler has gone flying. It's a yellow flag scenario if ever I've seen one. That there is the wildest crash we have seen all season long. That was absolutely diabolical. And we've got to go back to watch it all come through. So Lawler gets it loose, roll up the inside, contact's made, and then bing, bosh, bang, Taskin nowhere to go. Chop was lucky. He did catch him slightly, but he was very, very lucky there. And the jump that Lawler had in through the air, that was one of the wildest incidents I have ever seen in an oval race. That was massive. 2 cars, big damage, needing to tow back to pits. As we said, they're lucky. They've got fast repairs they can use, but the pace car is back out there. That was absolutely diabolical. We're going to talk to the man that caused it, Mr. Rowe. I think your face might be on milk cartons for wanted, dead or alive, because David Lawler was just massacred at the second to last corner.
No, did you not see him get squirrely mid-turn?
He did, and then you went up his inside, and then you tucked on the rear left, and that's kind of unsettled him even more.
Yeah, well, you know what? Mum didn't raise no bit. NASCAR, baby.
Well, Brendan Griffiths, David's team boss, said maybe they need to hit up Musk. Their space program's looking decent. You seem to be a financier for that one after that moment.
And that hard.
You launched him. I don't know if you realise how high you launched him. He went to space.
No, I'm going to have to get a replay for
Oh,
that.
it was big. I'll have to show you post-race, but you're doing pretty well thus far, though. Good to see you back out there. You've got the pit stop done and dusted now, so we'll see how well you run. Have you taken tyres on this stop, or is it just fuel?
Fuel, mate. Still got 2 sets up my sleeve.
Oh, smart boy. You're learning every single week. Best luck off the restart. We'll see how you go.
Thanks, mate.
Well, if you ever wanted to know the thought process and the approach of these drivers for this series, you listen back to that interview. It's a Friday fun series for a reason. It was colourful language. We do apologise, but it is a Friday fun series after all. They're here to have a crack. They're here to have a squirt. If they get into a stack, they just keep going. That is the thought process of these drivers and how they progress through. Jack Anderson, who pitted under the very first caution, is now leading the way. in a very solid position. Rhiannon, the brown pants were definitely needed for that one. I think we need to check, actually, is David Lawler wearing brown pants? Well, they're black, so close enough. But, as Mr. Rowe played cricket, that was a 6. He plays golf, to be fair, so Jordan Vickers saying, can we have a moment's silence for my PC, please? Jordan, we can have a moment's silence for the decision of you putting the graphics card in before a race, instead of waiting until after the race to do it. That's what we can have the moment's silence for. We are missing the Toyota power out there at the moment, though. So we hope to see you back next week, Jordan. We hope that the PC issues do not persist prior to next week's race. So Jack Anderson will now control the field. He will get an extra point for leading a lap in this race. And he will have Drew Halloran on his heels. We'll wait and see who is going to be in the hot seat towards the end. Pace cars in Texas Motor Speedway. Let's light it up again as the green flag is back out on the road. And we get it back underway. Anderson started off well. Mole's gone with him here on Halloran. Inside line they go. Chapman's there too, looking to take advantage. All these guys have taken some tyres. Anderson has not. He only took fuel on the first stop. Could that be a smart strategy play towards the end of this race? As McRow and Stone Street tussling for position as well. Harding's in there too. Tomlin done well to stay on the lead lap at this point of the race as well, but Anderson is leading us all the way through here. Brendan saying that was a drive and a half, then definitely hit that par 5 in 1. It was a real Happy Gilmore shot from McRow onto David Lawler for sure. It's not going to be 3 wide into the next corner, is it? Halloran wants to make it. Mole's going to go up the inside of Anderson. The newer tyres paying dividends there on Mole's car. But remember that Anderson still has two sets in the back pocket for later in this race. That could be important coming up towards the latter half of it. Halloran up the inside, looking to give it a little bit of a door. Tucks it up there on Anderson and shoves it straight through. Chapman follows him as well. So Anderson just getting kind of eaten out here like a tank full of piranhas. And it's only going to be a skeleton left if he's not careful. As Chapman trying to get this job done. Tomlin wants a way round as well if he can. Look at the POV here of Tomlin's car. He's hot on this battle. Anderson has washed it wide. So those old tyres are really starting to hurt him right now on lap 35 of 90. He'll be hoping for a caution soon to come in, take the fuel, get the tyres on board and push on for the rest of this race as Stone Street and Harding are coming at him as well. McRow has dropped back a little bit. He's got the lap traffic of Gravy Taskin ahead of him. De Vries is within this battle as well with Aaron Smith and David Lawler, so it's all happening all throughout the field. We've kept it nice and closely contested, which is great to see at this point of the race. That's the beauty of the unlimited fast repairs and the pace cars as well. Billy Moldo doing an incredible effort in this race. P1 at the moment. Halloran, who was battling with him for the lead early on. These guys are now swapped position. We'll see how this pans out throughout the rest of this race. Chapman's up there with them. Tomlin as well. Harding and then Jack Anderson too. So all these guys battling away. Stone Street and McRow left on the lead lap. De Vries is currently a lap behind them. Then Lawler, Taskin 2 laps down. Smith a couple laps down, more so than those guys. As Stone Street and Anderson battle it out once again. Volvo versus Chevrolet. We could get a Volvo win tonight. I didn't even think of that. We could get a Volvo win. We're not just limited to Mustangs and Chevys here tonight. We have got the singular Volvo. Ignore the fact that it has a Ford badge next to it. It's definitely an issue with the software, not with the car. But yes, it's definitely a Volvo that's out there and could possibly win. Billy Mole and Halloran, though, having a cracking race at the front of the field. And The strategy game is going to be important as ever now for these guys to try and continue their fight forward, to try and continue their way up the ladder as well. As Tomlin has just dropped to position here, Stone Street further back. He's on the inside on the apron, maybe coming in here for a pit stop. So that might be the limitations possibly of something for Tomlin. Whether it's a drive-through or a stop, we'll have to wait and see. Stone Street gets it past Harding as well. And it doesn't look like Tomlin is stopping, so I feel this may be a drive-through, either for jumping the start or for incident limit, because he has been in the wars tonight already. So it could very well be an incident limitation at this stage. If anything around and saying it's playing dress up, it's playing dress up as a Mustang, that's what it's doing. Thank you, Steve. Yep, drive through for incident limit for Chop there, so that makes sense. That will now at least give him some more reprieve going forward. That will help him as well throughout the next portion of this race. We're nearly at the halfway point of this race as well, which is good to see. Billy Mole has done a top effort thus far. So has Drew Halloran. Both of these guys are on their debut into the series here tonight. Could be some debutant winners on the docket as well. It would be the first win this season for the Chevy SS if they can pull it off too. But there's still plenty of laps to go. Still plenty of times for a strategy blunder or a strategy mishap for them as well. It's anyone's game, and anything can happen, especially here at Texas. It's such a fast-paced circuit. It's a circuit in which will test you at every single stage of the race, whether it's old tyres, new tyres, low fuel, heavy fuel, whatever it might be, it will test you the whole way through. As Halloran wants an inside run here on Mole if he can get it. I don't know if he's quite close enough to get through there. No, just has to back out of it for the moment. And now looks to continue to push on here and try and force this car at the inside of that Coors Light entry. Currently at the front end of the field. Inside line for Halloran in the tail entry. Up the inside he goes. Can he get the run, or is it going to be too wide action across the start-finish line? They're still too wide, and they're staying too wide. Which one of them's going to get the advantage through one? We'll have to wait and see. We're going to take this opportunity to give thank you to our one of our IRWC series sponsors in VRS Virtual Racing School. They give support to us for the Monday Night VRS Porsche Cup Series. If you've never watched the show before, go and check it out. Monday nights, myself, Brenton O'Brien in the booth for that one. Here's a quick message though from VRS. Stick with us because we'll be back very, very shortly after these messages.
These are the VRS Dark Force Pro pedals. So it's a high-end product, stainless steel construction with an industrial aesthetic. Very, very adjustable. All three pedals, the pedal faces in terms of height, depth, angle are fully adjustable, and overall pedal angle is also adjustable. Now, if we look at the throttle pedal first, we have quite a unique design here. So we have a rodless spring, which doesn't quite look right to the eye, but functionally performs extremely well. Absolutely no friction whatsoever, so really nice smooth response. And we have a lot of adjustability here in terms of initial starting force, preload, and also overall force and pedal travel. So if we move on to the brake, we have similar levels of adjustability, a very high-end, heavy-duty construction. We have the blue spring on here at the moment, which tolerates a 65 kilogram maximum force. Also supplied is the optional red spring, which doubles that to 130 kilograms. These are linear springs, which is not normally how a real-life brake pedal feels. So we have this very clever mechanism on the back here, which basically turns that into a progressive, more realistic feeling, which gives you quite a decent bit of travel for low-level trail braking, and then more of a ramp up when you're really braking much harder. And we have this tie rod at the top, which is fully adjustable, along with preload, so you can really fine-tune that exact force shape to your preference. On the clutch, we have a similar level of adjustability in terms of pedal face and also the shape of the curve. So we try to emulate a clutch plate, which is stiff initially and then flattens out as the clutch gives way. So that's emulated here with a small amount of adjustability, including overall travel as well. So we're very happy with this product, and we hope you are too.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit IRacing.com.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, excuse me. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us once again here on the IRWC Presents the Rod Knock Cup, right here live on Infinity Broadcasting. Massive thank you to VRS Virtual Racing School for their support of the Monday Night VRS Porsche Cup Series, but our other series sponsors, us here at Infinity Broadcasting, for bringing you all the action from the IRWC as well to SPP Graphics. If you want to get your dirt bike looking as sexy as possible prior to covering it in mud, then send them a message over on Facebook. They get you looking as good as possible. And if you want to get your sim racing car looking as sexy as possible prior to smashing it up in the wall, perhaps, send myself, Hamish Munro, on Discord a message by way of Black Art Designs. We'll get you sorted as well, get you looking as sexy as ever before the car could ultimately be destroyed in the wall. Pace cars out on track at the moment. There are direct links to VRS and to VRS and to SPP Graphics in the description down below as well. Let's have a quick look at what brought out the yellow flag. It was this moment here with Aaron Smith. He had David Taskin following through the road there. He got real loose in that corner and then had an off track, so it wasn't necessarily that moment. What has brought out the yellow flag then? That is what I want to know, because that seems to be the only moment that could possibly have done it on the incident list. Very, very weird that there has happened and brought out the yellow flag. Kurt Chapman leads the way at the moment. Drew Halloran is P2. Mole, Stone Street. Chapman has not pitted again under a late safety car here. This could cost him another race win here this evening. He's going for a dice roll. This is very true. His tyres have been on the car since lap 29. These guys are behind him. Well, Halloran's not taking tyres. He's saving a set. Mole has taken tyres. Stone Street's taken tyres. Tomlin's just taken fuel. Ando's finally taken tyres back on lap 47. McRowe's on a fresh set. Harding's on a fresh set. DeVries is on a fresh set as well. The Lawler's currently in pit lane. Taskin's out there at the back end of the field too. So pace car's going to be in this lap. And the race leader, Kurt Chapman, is going to have control of the field and will get us underway once again. So, big thank you to everyone as well who is joining us here this evening. If you've been watching us for a while or you're watching us for the first time tonight, if you're over on Twitch, be sure to hit the follow button, help support us here. If you're over on YouTube, be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing here with Infinity Broadcasting. The next series on your docket is the Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans Action of Season 24. Round 4 out at Long Beach tomorrow night for the Split 2 action. Myself, Brett Fisher, in the booth for that one. And I must say, I'm going to give you a preview. It was spectacular. A spectacular race that you do not want to miss tomorrow night. 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. It was quite possibly the best race of the season in terms of twists and turns across the entirety of the race. You don't want to miss it. 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night, right here on Infinity Broadcasting. As I said, myself and Brett Fisher in the booth for that one. Kurt Chapman will get us underway once again. Lap 55 of 90 here for the Longhorn 90 at Texas Motor Speedway. And Mole's already using those fresh tyres to his advantage on Drew Halloran off this restart, as will Stone Street and Tomlin. Anderson's trying to get his lap back on these guys. He's currently the leading lap car. Stone Street copped a door and got put into the wall there. He's kept it going. De Vries is on the charge in the background as well in behind Harding. But it's Chapman who leads the way. Mole's currently up at a P2. Halloran has got the pressure in behind him of Anderson wanting to get the lap back, and of Stone Street trying to get position as well. It's Mole, it's Halloran, they're side by side into 1 and 2. Who's going to get the advantage down the back straight here as they traverse their way round? It is as high-paced and high-action as you could possibly ask for right here for the night race at Texas Motor Speedway, as they run it round up towards the start-finish line once again. Oh, hard into the wall, Halloran! Halloran into the wall! Halloran's day could be done! It's a massive moment! It's going to bring out the yellow flag again, and Drew Halloran, who was looking like one of the favourites in this race, has put the 3-car into the wall, and will have to take it into pit road and get it fixed up, but he's going to have to do a whole lap if he wants to enter pit lane safely without copping a penalty. A huge moment that has brought out the pace car. Let's have a quick look, see what's happened. Oh, so that's when they've already gone off. I absolutely hate that it doesn't give us the earliest possible moment that these things happen. Let's watch this back in the slow-mo though. So where's Drew? There he is there. So he gets loose. Ando straightens him up. He's then into the wall. Then there's a bit of Stone Street and Harding action happening in behind them. De Vries had nowhere to go, into the side of Halloran on the other side of the track. Driver's just trying to separate the seas like Moses, and it is on fire once again. A mammoth moment of this race. Halloran's finally in. Tomlin is going to lead the way. He's coming on lap 52 prior to now. Mole, Stone Street, Chapman. Halloran's in. Anderson is back onto the lead lap, as is McRowe. We've got to have a quick chat with Mr. De Vries because he was a part of that one there. Ashos, just quickly, what colour are your pants right now? Because I reckon your eyes were whiter than a club bathroom.
Yeah, all sorts happening here. I don't know.
I mean,
chaos.
It was a big one. He was, Drew was one of the favourites for this race, and obviously he's now been pretty much taken, not out of contention, but at a bit less contention now. Your race was going pretty okay though up to that point, but that incident can't help you at that stage.
Oh, it certainly can't. Look, I think this is one of my first real races, doing the lefty-lefty, and I thought I was doing pretty well. Obviously, it didn't start off so well. Accidentally overtook someone coming into the pits, just not aware of how all this works. So I felt like I was coming back a little bit, and I felt like the pace was good, but yeah, did not have any steering after that incident, so I just had to tow.
Well, there's 30 laps to go. You have got fast repairs available. If that can happen to Halloran, who was one of the favourites, it can happen to everyone else in the field too. So you could still be on for something in this race. If Lady Luck goes your way, we'll see how you go. Best of luck.
Oh, thank you very much, mate. You have a good one.
Thanks, mate. So Chop Tomlin. Project 36 saying that will give Stone Street and Harding a drive-through. Yep, very well likely will, because of what would be classified as an unsafe pit entry down there, even though they've been involved in an incident. So that will now take them a little bit further out of contention and really puts the pressure on them now. What it does do is it gives Jack Anderson a little bit of a lifeline. Now, he has gotten the lucky dog rule, and he is back onto the lead lap in that Volvo. His rival this season, Chris Tomlin, who has been going back and forth with him each week for points, remembering that tonight, Jordan Ferguson, Chris Blanchard, and Scott Rankin are all not here. Tomlin and Ando were the two top 5 drivers who were here tonight who could take the lead of the championship. So for Anderson, he's got to try and get this car past Tomlin. A race win would give him a massive benefit as well. For Tomlin, he wants to go into Watkins Glen Cup circuit next week with the championship lead. It's a single file restart tonight. The field is absolutely scrambled at the moment. Tomlin's P1, you see Mole back there. He's the 4th car on the road, but he's the P2 in the tower as we're back under racing once again here at Texas Motor Speedway. Tomlin gets away well. Mole will want to try and get past the lap traffic as quickly as possible here. Chapman wants to go with him. Stone Street will too. Smith gets out of their way. Taskin's going to get out of their way when he gets a chance. But it's all on the line now for the top 6 cars in this one. Lap 60 of 90. There's 30 laps to go and we cross the line, and it's anyone's game in this race. Halloran following on through. Ando's into pit lane. So is it a drive-through or is it a pit stop? That is the question. Chapman's also in. Could this be the dash to the end for him? Early stop, take your tyres, take your fuel to the end, and push this car all the way forward. We'll see what happens here for Anderson. As he comes up towards the blocks, he'll take the stop this time by. So Ando in for this one. Chapman's in too, as we said, so's Harding. De Vries is just about to exit pit lane. Smith's back in too. Tomlin leads the way by a fair margin at the moment. Around about a second back to Billy Mole. There's plenty of time though still left in this one. As we said, chaos has been the word tonight. It's been the word the last couple of weeks, in fact, but tonight it has really been sinking its teeth into this race for the chaos theory going forward. And if you're Drew Halloran and you had that moment, you're sitting there and you're thinking, what else could you do? Actually, Anderson's in pit lane. I think he might have given himself a self-inflicted stop hold penalty because of that incident, quite possibly there with Drew Halloran, which takes him out of contention for this race, unfortunately for Anderson there. Battle for the lead goes on. Billy Mole and Chris Tomlin. Top 4 cars on the road at the moment are all Chevy SS's. We then get to our first Mustang in David Lawler in P5. And the only Volvo in the field, Jack Anderson, back in P9 at the moment. Mole up the inside of Tomlin as they follow their way through. Mole takes back the lead of this race as they traverse the lap traffic of Daniel Harding at this stage. And it's going to be 26 laps left to run. Jordan saying, think you may have gotten a penalty at the restart, so a stop hold. No, I think the restart penalty, Jordan, may be a drive-through, not a stop hold penalty. So I'd say for that one, that might have been either incident points or self-inflicted. I will confirm with him, though, if we get another caution. He'll be the next person I'll bring in to have a chat to confirm that. Billy Mole is fighting away at the front of the field, though, with Chop Tomlin, but Chopper's got some help here from his teammate, Daniel Harding. This could be strategic masterclass from these guys now. Mole needs his teammate Stone Street up there to help give the support if he can. He needs some shake and bake action from Stone Street, who's just right there. He's not too far away from the front runners and could give some support to Billy Mole if he can just chase down Chop Tomlin and Daniel Harding in front of the field. 24 laps to go along the Horn 90. Whose race is it going to be? Whose house is it going to be? and who is going to own the big state of Texas as we head into Watkins Glen next week. Been a great race though. Been absolutely fantastic thus far. Chaos personified. Controversy has been ingrained in the veins of this race. It's becoming ingrained in the veins of the series as well. But that's what's fun about it. That's what makes these Friday nights fun. It's rocking up with your mates, having a good race, just having a crack and getting into some big buffing wrecks. And that's what we love about oval racing. We love, you know, the stereotypes of oval racing of big wrecks. Real left, real fast, some of them, drink responsibly, real drunk, as the yellow flag's been thrown once again. Let's see, will this actually tell me who did it? It's a bit rude. So the yellow flag is thrown again, and I believe it might be Gravy Taskin, who's had a moment here with Drew Halloran. So what has occurred? Oh, Halloran's just turned him. Halloran has turned him and is off the road. What is that? Let's watch this. Drew Halloran. Let's watch this. He's just absolutely served him at the top of the road. Well, that there is, that's a very tough moment. Tomlin's in. Halloran's in. Lawler's in as well. Taskin's, of course, in because of that, because of those issues. Anderson, of course, said it. We'll have a quick chat to him. So, Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
A couple of things. Number one, your stop hold. Was that a self-inflicted stop hold for turning Halloran?
No.
Okay.
It was iRacing glitching out and telling me that I didn't need to pass, or didn't need to let the safety car by, and then it gave me one for passing, or a black flag for passing the pace car.
Okay.
So I'm confused, but it is what it is.
And then for young Gravy Taskin, we've just watched it back. He's been absolutely served by Drew Halloran on the high side of the line. What was the pressure and the feeling like for him? And actually, Drew's just passed him on pit exit as well. What was the feelings like happening in the room when that happened with Gravy?
Oh, well, all you hear is Gravy go, "Oh, you dog!" But other than that, Drew did kind of turn down on me when I accidentally turned him around. I didn't mean to, so. But yeah, if he was on the outside and turned down on Gravy, then I'm not surprised a little bit.
He was on the inside, and it almost looked he went a bit left. Oh, a bit right, sorry, I should say. It looked like he went a bit right from my perspective, but...
Who knows? Maybe he was just hunting for a caution to go get a service and have a little break again.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. He may be making enemies out there, though. He needs to be careful, because if he's going to serve them, they may serve him back if he's not careful. Well, best luck on the restart here, Jackass.
Thanks, mate.
It's just driven past you for whatever reason.
Yeah. They're putting the lead cars at the front.
Okay, fair enough.
The lead lap cars.
Yeah.
So.
Understandable then. Alright, well, best of luck on the restart. We'll see how you go. 20 laps here left in this one. You're a couple laps down the leaders, but the big one could still happen again.
Yeah, exactly. And I have a set of tyres in behind. I've only taken one set of right-hand tyres so far, so.
Keeping it in reserve. We love to hear it.
Exactly. I'm sure there's going to be another yellow. So.
Oh, I'm sure there will be. I'm sure there will be, and we'll see if that helps give you some sort of advantage. But best of luck off this restart. We'll see how you go.
Thanks, mate.
So Billy Mole will restart this race at the front of the field. Halloran up there with him as well. Tomlin and McRowe. Those guys are all on the lead lap of this race. Now McRowe's at the back of the field. But if these top three tangle, he could be right there to take the charge and take the lead of this one. Pace cars in. 19 laps to go with a Longhorn 90 here at Texas Motor Speedway. And it's green flag once again flying as Mole will get us underway. Tomlin and Halloran up there with him. He hasn't taken tyres off this last stop because he hasn't come in under that pace car. That could cost him dearly in this race. Tomlin's right there with him though. Halloran trying to make his way through if he can, as Harding and co follow in behind, and the scramble has begun as they battle their way around here. Up the inside, Halloran wants this move on Tomlin if he can get it. Look at the scramble of the cars in behind though. They're willing to take anything they can here in this race. Halloran trying to make moves if he can. He's got that job done now on Chop Tomlin, and now has Billy Mole in his sights as well. So as they run round 3 and 4, pressure remains on. Do we get another pace car or do we go green to the end? This could be an absolute schmozzle of a race if we're not careful. Mick Rose, that's the fastest lap of the race. 29.18 the last time by. The fresh tyres and the toe helping him get a fastest lap here. He'll hope to try and traverse the lap traffic if he can do it. Mole at the front of the field though. Halloran trying to put the pressure on him. Tomlin, Mick Rowe. It's only Chevys left on the lead lap here. Lawler and Chapman, and then the next cars as the Mustangs, but they're a lap or two down. Then it's Stone Street, then Anderson in the Volvo, Grady Taskin, Daniel Harding, Ashton Reese, Aaron Smith at the back end of the field at the moment here for the timing tower. But 16 to go. It's anyone's game at this stage. For Billy Mulder, he may start to feel the pressure soon because these tyres are looking and feeling old on board the cause like Chevrolet SS we are at the moment. So he has not taken tyres on this last stop. I don't know if he has any in reserve to take some going forward. But I'll tell you one thing though, Drew Halloran has got some pace with the fresh rubber on board that car. He wants to try and fight this car forward, try and get his first win of the season on debut here in Texas. He'd love to get that done if he can. Daniel Harding into pit lane. Further back in the field. But these race leaders keeping it highly contested too. Strategies have been at a maximum tonight. 14 laps to go. A yellow flag could change it as well. Could completely change the game all throughout. Could change the strategy for some of these drivers if they're involved now in a caution-worthy incident. That would, you'd have to say, would be race over for them. So they're gonna have to try and play it smart. Halloran is trying his best to try and seat this car up the inside of Mole if he can, but Tomlin's right there, and he's got to be careful of Tomlin wanting to come behind him and have a go at him as well. As they enter 3 and 4, Halloran wants this inside line on Mole for the race lead here. It's old tyres on board Mole's car. It's new tyres on board Halloran's car. Tomlin's going to be willing to send it after the early carnage that he had. He didn't quite have the right run there. He was following the wrong car as they entered. Mole tucks back into P2, but here comes Tomlin. If he can get this run through 3 and 4, he'll be right on the ginger of the back of Drew Halloran's car, but he's just struggling to get that inside line to get the maximum amount of grip possible as we run up and towards the start-finish line once again. 11 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway, and Tomlin is just unable to use the momentum of the car to get the momentum of the car forward. He just can't quite get there. Lap traffic of Harding ahead of them though. So this could pay dividends for Tomlin. That's his teammate. This could be teammate playing teammate things. He'll try and hold up Halloran if he can. That will give Tomlin some level of advantage here, and that's the team game. Nothing wrong with this because blue flags, well, they're pretty much not a factor in oval racing. So Halloran's going to have to use all of his tricks here to try and get past Harding's car, who is going to be a brick wall between Halloran and clear road ahead. and it's allowing Chop back onto him as well. So 8 laps to go here. Oh, sorry, 9 laps to go. I misspoke. 9 laps to go. Anyone's game at this stage, but Tomlin has at least got the teammate advantage ahead of him here. As we run round the final few corners, what can Halloran do? What can he do to try and get past this car of Harding? He's inside him at the moment as well. He's unsettling him as they run through there. He's trying to bump him out of the way, trying to unsettle him through 1 and 2. He has unsettled him wide, but Harding has still got this car at the front end of the field. Halloran wants that inside line if he can get it. Mole's going to go with him as well. So Halloran now back to the front of the field with some clear track ahead of him. Harding is right there. He's the X factor in all of this. So what they need now for Molan and for Tomlin, they almost need a pace car. They almost need a pace car just to put the pressure back onto Halloran for this restart period. It's 6 laps to go. It's not looking likely for a pace car to happen, but they would love it to happen if they could get one. So Harding is now back up onto the rear of Halloran here. Halloran's going to try and defend the line incredibly hard. Break the toe if he can. There's some lap traffic in behind them of David Lawler. Oh, Tomlin into the wall. So's Harding. It was a double LCR door bang into the wall back there. Tomlin came off the better of the two, as Lawler has now gotten past him. And that might be Tomlin's night of trying to catch the lead over. In fact, the front of that car's got big damage. Stone Street's also knocking the wall too. So Halloran now looks to be the man to beat because he's got the freshest tyres of anyone. Mole's got fresh tyres and it's a late pace car. Yellow flag's thrown. Aaron Smith is at a moment. Aaron Smith, the 69 car, who's laps down on the leader, has had a moment. Oh, and it's with Johnny McRoe, who was on the lead lap. That's not what McRoe wanted. And then it caught out De Vries, who had nowhere to go through all of that as well. So that there has now opened the door. It's opened the door to a couple of drivers here. It's opened the door to Billy Mole because now he's back hot on the heels of Drew Halloran. It's somewhat opened the door to Johnny McRoe because he may get waved up to the leaders here because he is on the lead lap and he could very well battle for the race win. David Lawler is technically speaking a lap down. He would be the lucky dog in this scenario. But McRoe should get the wave around up to the front of the field if he could possibly get it. Do any of them come in for tyres and a late charge on these 4 laps? Tomlin, of course, is in because he needs that car to get fixed up. Anderson's in for fresh tyres. It's not really going to pay him any dividends. Taskin's come back through as well. De Vries, of course, in pit lane. That car with heavy, heavy damage at this stage of the race. So McRoe is now up to P3. He'll get waved up here to the front of the field as the iRacing would want him up with the leaders. Of the 2 cars ahead of him, he's got just as fresh tyres as Drew Halloran, and he's got tyres newer than Billy Mole. If this is a double file restart, Johnny McRoe will be tucked right up behind the race leader Drew Halloran, and we could be in for a Cinderella story for the ages if he can somehow pull this off. Halloran, he came into tonight with maximum pace, maximum effort. He's the one, you looked at the list and you thought, oh, you'd probably expect him to win. He's an American, he's done a lot of oval racing, he's in the Dale Earnhardt car for crying out loud. He's probably going to win. But then there's the thought of Billy Mole, the guy with a top-level supercars resume. And then there's Johnny McRoe, who, if you're familiar with the league, is Johnny Rowe. and you'll know why that there is a bit out of kilter. For Rowe, in this scenario, he's the one you would look at and you think he's probably least likely to take this home. But sometimes that's the driver who takes home the chocolates in the end. Lights are out on the safety car. It's going to be green flag running once again. Tomlin's back up to the front of the field with a brand new car. It's still old tyres. Top 4 are about to have a green-white checkered battle for the ages here off the restart. The restart procedure, an absolute crucial moment for Halloran and co. A mistake off this restart will cost you the race. A mistake off this restart will cost you the last 87 laps that you have done of this competition here tonight. The pace car will come in. Halloran will have control of the field, but he's got 2 cars behind him with old tyres, and he's got 1 car behind him with fresh tyres. Just as fresh as his. They're still old, but they're just as fresh as his. Any of them could take the win. Any of them could take advantage. Green, white, checkered about to come your way at Texas Motor Speedway. 2 laps to go. Here for the Longhorn 90. Green, white, checkered under management. Halloran's had a cracking start to Mole. McRow has absolutely blown it up and has dropped positions here. Tomlin's done the same thing. So Halloran and Mole will continue to battle on for the race lead. It'll be white flag this time by 1 lap to go in Texas. After 90 laps of running, we've gained 1 lap here tonight. And this is the 91st lap of the Longhorn 90 thanks to the green, white, checkered being thrown. McRowe's back in the pit lane, so I would assume he has absolutely bottled the restart procedure. Lawler's also in, Harding's in, De Vries is still in pit lane and I believe out of this race as well. But Drew Halloran, fresh tyres, controversial moments, and everything in between through having his car absolutely destroyed to the checkered flag. He takes home the race win in Texas to Billy Mole and Chop Tomlin in behind him. Johnny McRowe has finished 4th place on the podium, 4th place in the pit lane, mind you. Stone Street comes home P5. Lawler, Chapman, Anderson, Taskin, Harding, De Vries and Smith at the back end of the field. And an absolute classic race through chaos and controversy. Through our first green-white checkered scenario of the season, the celebrations begin for the number 3 at the front end of the field. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. What a race it was. One that I think these drivers can be proud of in the end. So this here was, it was a race that, as I said, was chaotic, was controversial, and again had anything in between. It was glorious. It was beautiful. And it was one that tested these drivers. We'll start with our post-race chats. We've got Chop Tomlin in the green room to have a chat with us. Chop, great effort tonight. You were in the wars, no doubt, especially early. You brought out the first 2 cautions and then decided, I'm just going to send it to the end of this race, and sent it you did. Unfortunately, you just didn't quite have the tyres comparatively to Drew in the end there, but still some good pace. And the lead of the championship now heading into Watkins Glen next week. Congratulations.
Yeah, cheers, Hamish. On that last restart, I made a boo-boo and went from 2nd straight to 5th. So, with the old H pattern, it didn't help on that restart. So I had pretty decent tyres. I pitted about what I think it was like lap 69 or whatever it was like that, just to try and leave some tyres towards the end. Had a good restart and whatnot, but yeah, just made a mistake, and what it is. But yeah, overall it was a good night.
Now, you obviously were in the wars early. What was the thoughts after those 2 early incidents that brought out the cautions? Obviously, you said in chat it was time to send it. Was it frustration, or was it just like, oh no, now it's just like, whatever we get out of this race, it's all for fun. Let's have a crack and see what happens.
Oh, this whole series is just for fun for me, Hamish. I was hoping that good old Scaife was going to show up because,
I know.
had to punch a few tickets there, but he didn't show up, so I was very disappointed.
He knew the receipts were coming, so he backed out. What an absolute typical Scaife, mind you.
Yeah, I know. Oh, well, I'll just have to save them for the Glen then.
Well, mate,
just forget what that brake pedal is at the bus stop. Or just use his car as the bus stop for the brakes.
Hey,
so
it works.
We'll see what happens.
It works. We'll see what happens. But thanks for coming over to chat to me. Best of luck next week at the Glen. Congrats on your podium tonight. And congrats on leading the championship into our road race next week.
Cheers.
Thank you. Next up, we have our race winner in Drew Halloran here this evening. Drew, you signed up today. You got brought into the league today. You absolutely served a rookie of ovals into turn 3. And you also had your car destroyed at one point as well, and you still came home with the race win. Ironically, you're the only American winner of the series thus far. We've only ever had one other American driver, and they only lasted 30 laps of Charlotte, mind you, the 99 that we'd scheduled. But congratulations, it's a race win nonetheless. And it's full points for you.
Thank you, Hamish.
I need to turn you way up. Way up. You were very low then. All good.
Thank you, Hamish. I'm glad to be out here racing. It's very early in the morning for me. I've been up all night waiting for this thing. So they can think what they want, but what I did at 24 wasn't intentional. Unless you drive one of these things, it's hard to understand, but they get super aero tight. So I was just trying to get by him. I was in a hurry. Definitely wasn't happy, but I wasn't out to get him. So they can think what they want. Obviously, they showed it during my victory lap when they all ran into me, but this GM certified service number 3 was flawless in every way possible, and I got into it with a 39, but that's just racing. It happens. Luckily, we have a lot of faster pairs. This is one of the most serious leagues I've ever seen that has so many faster pairs. So,
I know it was only meant for fun, and everyone's racing what we would call they're racing for sheep stations. Like they're having an absolute ball of crack at it just to try and get some ego about them. But it's it's all for fun. Hence why we have so many faster pairs. But yeah, I mean it's been a great series thus far, and it's great to have some freedom out on track in terms of having an American in the field for an American-based series. And yeah, I mean we had one. He pulled out. We've now replaced him with you, which is good. So hopefully we can keep you around for a bit longer.
Yeah, hopefully if there are any penalties, hopefully they aren't too long, so I'm not out of the car too long.
We don't normally hand penalties. Normally we kind of leave it up to the driver to decide if they want to self-penalise or not.
I like that.
As we said, I mean it's all based on the iRacing Oval regulations. So if you get a penalty in the session, that's your penalty. Otherwise, if you want to, self-penalise yourself, then we also put respect on that too, because it's like, yeah, you're admitting fault for an incident, but incidents happen. It's chaos. I mean, there was a car that was launched to space, for crying out loud, in this one. But yeah, I think it's all for some fun, and that's why we're here, and that's why we enjoy it so much.
Glad. This track has been good to me for a lot of years on the public racing side of things, but I kind of gave that up because it got a little bit too gatekeepy for my liking. So I've been branching out to leagues, second, and then hopped in the Xfinity car and got 5th. And I was like, I just need to win one of these things. So I was willing to stay up all night to get a win, and that's what happened. So I'll definitely take it. Regardless of what they say, I've had people call me too controversial before, so I'll take the controversy and the trophy.
It's all good though. It means that like I was interviewing drivers obviously while we're under caution, and I mentioned the incident that you had, and I said, well, normally when that happens with someone, they then should expect they're probably going to get dumped by someone else at some other point as well. So you may have a receipt coming your way. There's a couple of drivers who have some receipts coming their way already. But again, that's just all in the fun of the racing series, and that's all in the fun of the drivers getting out there and having a crack and just seeing what happens, So it's, if you cop a receipt, it's not necessarily anything personal. It's just that they're like, well, turn, pretty much. That's what it is. So.
Well, if he wants to go through with that, I could try and reach out. I know the 34 was playing some games with me. He was blocking the daylights out of me, but I didn't want to run into him because I only had a 2x left. Otherwise, that would have been my race right there. I would have been at 20x. So I had to just use a little bit of finesse and get around him the way I could without making any contact. And once I managed to do that, I felt like I was good to roll and get this win.
Well, it's been a good race for you. It's a race win as well. I have got the other driver asking to come in here. I'm not going to air the grievances in the broadcast room. I'll let you guys chat about it between yourselves. But it's a great race nonetheless, and a race win for yourself as well. So congratulations. Thanks for joining us here in the series. Hopefully we'll see you next week out at Watkins Glen, and we'll see if you can get another victory for yourself when you go road racing against the majority of the field who do a lot of road racing. So that'll be a good test for you.
Yeah, we'll see how I hold up there, but I'm going to enjoy this one. Go get some sleep before I have to clock in at 3 o'clock. So
No worries.
thank you.
No worries.
That was a lot of fun.
No worries. Thanks a lot.
Have a good rest of your night.
No worries. Thank you. Mr. Anderson.
G'day, mate.
How are you, mate? I was going to drag... Gravy was asking me to pull him in here to chat to Drew.
No,
I thought, we're not going to do that on the air, so...
Yeah, I was hoping you would drag me up with him in there and just say great racing, and didn't mean to turn him. So
I've got to turn you way down because I had to turn him way up. So that's now sorted that out. But no, I mean we spoke about it. He didn't mean to turn Gravy, but I just said normally when people get turned, it then happens to be a receipt is going to come their way at some point. So I said he may need to half expect it, but that's just the fun racing we have here. It's, we rock up, have a bit of fun, and if you get turned, it means that you turn them back. That's how you sort it out on track.
yeah, exactly. Obviously, you don't want a blatant murder, but
No.
but yeah, I just wanted to come in here, hopefully when he was in here, and apologise for turning him around, but didn't get a chance. So if you're listening to this, apologies. I'm sure I'll message him anyway. But yeah, it was really good to see him win on debut, and I hope he comes back next week for Watkins. It's going to be a different kettle of fish. So.
Well, it'll be road racing next week, and he's about to go up against a whole heap of road racing sweats who are doing ovals for fun. So we'll see how well his road racing acumen pays off for him. But yeah, unfortunately, your strategy of late tyres didn't really go your way because you're a couple laps down. But maybe next week at Watkins it can go your way a bit better.
Yeah, I feel like if that weird thing with the safety car didn't happen, then I think I could have had a shot. But other than that, it unfortunately didn't come off tonight. But bounce back next week, and I'm actually going to practice before the race for once, because these things are going to be very difficult in on the road. So.
Oh, we'll see how you go. But thanks for coming and have a chat anyway. I'll come and pop in after the race, have a quick chat to you and the boys. But yeah, appreciate it. Bit shame tonight, but we'll see what happens on the road next week at Watkins Glen.
All good. Thanks, mate. Just want to shout out Paul Taskin. Thanks, mate.
Big shout out to Paul. Thanks, Jackos. Big shout out to Paul Taskin, who was watching out there. Gravy's father this evening. Hopefully he's still watching with us as well. But that will bring an end to our show here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate everybody's time being here with us once again. As I said, next time we'll be on your docket here on Infinity Broadcasting. It'll be tomorrow night, the Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans Split 2 action of Season 24, Round 4 out at Long Beach, California. It's going to be Round 3 tomorrow night. Sorry, Round 3 of the V8 Veterans action tomorrow night. We'll see you guys then. The next time we're here for IRWC action, Monday night, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern, or 7:50 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. The VRS Porsche Cup Series live for the next round out at the Bend. Tail and Bend brings its presence here to the IRWC for a 60-minute affair. We'll see how everyone goes out at that one. But a big thank you to all our 3 sponsors once again, VRS, Infinity Broadcasting, SPP Graphics, and Black Art Designs as well. VRS and SPP Graphics are linked directly in the description below if you want to get in contact with me for any broadcasting needs or any livery needs as well. Then you can send me a message over on Discord. Hamish Munro is how you find me. And yeah, we'll get you sorted. We'll get you either sorted with a quality broadcast or a quality livery as well. But I've been Hamish Munro. This has been the IRWC Rod Knock Cup. If you're watching over on Twitch, be sure to hit the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing here in the IRWC or anything else that's happening in Infinity Broadcasting. But until next time, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
Low side, gunning for a goal. 3 wide deep, heart ice cold. I roll smoke like a tire on fire. Fuel in the blood, born to go higher. Check left, push right, walls close in. Every move tight, plan for the win. Left turn king with the heat train time. When the lights go green, we light the sky. Let's light it up.